Hello, 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 and welcome to the Field of Streams, where I, your host, Janine McRae, bring you the tiny thoughts that stream from my brain and present them to you as though I just discovered the cure for general malaise, and it involves eating more chocolate and cheese and Cheetos and comes with no health drawbacks of any kind. All benefits, no bogafits, and that's not even a word. Statins. Now, I can't promise you much with these weekly snackticles. Again, not a word. But I can promise you this. I won't keep you long. Before we get cracking here, you know what I think? If you don't already follow this podcast, I think you should. I think you'd really enjoy it. No, I really do. Okay, with that out of the way, let's talk inspiration for today's words. Back in February 2022, I read an excerpt of a book online called How Creativity Rules the World, The Art and Business of Turning Your Ideas into Gold, by Maria Brito, where she talked about winning, being in failure. And one of the examples she used was the artist Marcel Duchamp and his painting Nude Descending a Staircase No. 2. I'll be the first to admit I was completely clueless to the existence of this painting and the controversy behind it. People got all bent out of shape about how it didn't look like a nude, and the quote I used at the start of this piece really sets that up. Now, you got to remember this is cubism, so things don't always look like the things they are purporting to be. Also, nudes aren't supposed to move, apparently. So descending a staircase is no bueno. I actually think my favourite critic's comment from when this painting was first shown at the Armory show in New York City in 1913 was that it looked like, and I quote, an explosion in a shingle factory, end quote. Which is a dick comment from the New York Times, but I think we can all agree, a pretty good burn. I'd be proud of that one. Anyway, it was an interesting read about this painting and how it's now regarded as a total banger. They say one of the most important paintings in modern art history. At that Armory show in 1913, it sold for 324 of your American dollars, which would be the equivalent of $10,000 today. I certainly like it more than the only Duchamp I've ever seen in person, which, when I originally thought of it, I thought it was called Mutt Pisser or something, but it's actually called Fountain. It's the porcelain urinal with the R.Mutt signature on it. I saw that 20 years ago when I first came to New York. Mutt Pisser. God, Janine. But I digress. I hooked onto the idea of nude and the interpretation of that, and how, if you want to be honest as an artist, you have to be a little bit, well, nude, which I guess is just a way of saying vulnerable, to expose yourself. Now, is all exposure good exposure? Debatable. But I think the general basic premise of the piece is that you need to be prepared to strip off and show yourself and be metaphorically nude in your work. And for your work to also be, well, nude. Take a risk, a chance. Let it all hang out. And on that note, without any further skin showing, here is the post with a wink in the title to Radiohead. What do you look like when you're nude? Quote, one doesn't paint a nude descending a staircase. That's ridiculous. A nude reclines. End quote. Credit, nude enthusiast, critiquing Duchamp's Nude Descending a Staircase No. 2, 1913. Nudes can do anything nudes want to do, with more flair, more chutzpah, more. Anything you can do, nudes can do butter? That's a t-shirt idea. I give it to you. Nude and on the staircase. Nudes can recline on a chaise, rewire a radio, or reorganise a walk-in closet on a rainy day. Nudes can put on a one-nude play off-Broadway and be exposed and raw and honest. Be nude in the nude. The art is nude and so is the artist. Both are on the staircase. Nudes are the epitome of free. Nude art, nude brain, nude purpose. Free to lift arms and jiggle bits and free minds and free skin to the freest of air in the free world. Free to ta-da at the top of a landing in a dramatic to-do, fingers stretching with one leg flexing a juicy quad, a calf ripple, a knee crack, and a hip twist as the nude extends a delicate and bare toe toward that first cold step. A step that takes them down and spiralling down to the first blush reaction of the critic's gaze. This is art. Nude and not for them, unless they are ready. This nude is coming down those stairs. Now, down those stairs, excited to reach the ground floor of this Earth's gallery, and ready to feel the breeze of acceptance on its bare and shivering skin. This is your art, on the staircase. At this moment, this nude, both the art and the artist, is free to reject the inevitable gasp and titter of the establishment crowd, the giggle and the scoff, free to ignore the horrified finger pointed back at a vulnerable dissent, free to take step after step, and with each step get braver and more complete in form and shape and purpose. Free to make eye contact with the one in the crowd who is keen to be released, the one who yearns to join you on the staircase. It is hanging out, all of it. It is making small talk with tired expectations. Expectations that have, up until now, only reclined. Full view is world view, and however your nude arrives, it is now nude in the company of strangers. Step carefully, dear nude. Not all exposure is good exposure, and the nude code commands that a naked body alighting the staircase must always watch for Legos. Step bravely, but with caution. Nude art is the best art, and the best artists are nudists. Metaphorically. Sometimes actually. Drop your robe. This is it. The moment of your nude work is upon us. Ridiculous nude, insolent nude. Grab at the banister to steady your descent. It is cold to the touch, but reassuringly secure. Now, expose your ribs, the curve of your inner thigh, and the arch of your neck as you begin your motion. Step down all weird angles and no fear. Dare to go. Dare to expose. Dare to be. You must risk it all. Nudes make art, about nudes, in the nude, while exhibiting nudist tendencies, terrified yet beaming with an unexpected swagger and bold confidence. There is nothing left to hide. This is it. Nude is vulnerable. Nude is brave. Nude is cold and stupid and illegal in public, sometimes. Nude work is real work. Its authenticity has no buttons. Nude is in the inks and oils and notes and colours and the flow, at the tops of stairs, silhouetted in the windows of minds. Everywhere, our flesh bumps up to goose. There is boldness in the coldness. Reclining is still life, a pose for the prepared. To them, the nude descending the staircase is like violence in motion. There is no pose here, just uncontrolled jiggling and shocking exposures. The viewer is not ready, perhaps, but sees more, learns more, and gets more from the experience, is excited by it. This is who we are, who we can be, what we look like with the lights on. Ugly, beautiful, brave, moving, all can be read in the flesh of the descent, on the staircase. All brave art is nude, but not all nude art is brave. You need chance, you need dare, you need gamble. A nude artist ignores the fear and the passivity and the danger and the over-varnished wood on the tread of the stair, the perception of what is allowable and the de rigueur of the moments and the times, ignores the gasp from the bottom of the staircase and takes the step regardless. No socks, no capes, no pants, no wigs. Scandalous. Be a radical interpretation of the human figure, descending, coming down to land and meeting the world at another level. Run, air chattering at your skin. Run down that staircase, nude and nervous and very much tingling with electricity, with all your art and imagination and fears and dreams hanging out for everyone to see. Exposed, alive, and free. What do you look like when you're nude? And there you have it. Today's episode stripped bare. Fun fact, the nude in the painting is apparently a man. I hope you'll come back for more. That's episodes, not nudity. These little missives are designed to inspire creative folk to get out there and make something of their own. If you enjoyed this episode, I invite you to follow the podcast so that you never miss one in the future. Also, if you wouldn't mind, while you're there, give it a rating, perhaps even a review. I'd be ever so grateful. But for now, I'll leave you with this. Love what you love, and I'll see you out there. making stuff.